Okay, now that we've got our pieces unpacked and laid out in the order that we want to install them, we try to start with the top piece first. We suggest when measuring your truck for ordering that you go ahead and make some permanent marks on the truck with a Sharpie. That way once you get the frame to install, you already have your marks. You don't have to go back and find out what you measured or where it lines up. This particular one, we put one up at the bull nose. The instruction sheet will show you how to mark and lay out the frame for trucks with a bull nose. So at this time we're going to go ahead and put the top rail up. Top rail should set 1 inch in from the very outer measurements that you took in the beginning. When installing the frame pieces, the top rail, you want to drill about 2 inches in from each end of the frame to do the install. You can do this, drill the hole pattern for the existing rivets in 2 ways. You can wait till you get it up on the truck and then drill every 18 inches, or you can go ahead and mark it on the ground and pre-drill on the ground, which makes it easier to do the install. Make sure that your frame is not setting on any rivets or anything is in the way of the rivets as far as reflectors or emblems. You'll need to remove these. Any rivets that's setting on can be grind the top down on them or reposition the frame so it will clear the pot rivet. On the top rail, we're only going to install a rivet on each end and then move on to the outer pieces of the frame. This way, if there's any changes that need to be made, we'll only have to remove 2 pot rivets. No. Okay, now we're going to install the on the driver's side. We'll be installing the left. This is the front part of the box of the truck. Same method. We're going to put a pot rivet in the top piece of the frame and the bottom piece of the frame until we get the other pieces all installed and the frame is the right size and fitting good, and then we'll go back and drill everything and put the remaining pot rivets in. On the front pieces facing the cab, we want to drill those every 12 inches due to the wind load on the front of the frame. This is just a precautionary measure that we found out helps a lot. Okay, now that we've got the front with the pot rivet on the top and bottom, now we're ready to install from the left, the first bottom piece, and it should be marked bottom A. So we want to install it, and the same method, we just want to put a pot rivet in the front and the back to hold it. In most cases, this bottom base piece should rest right on top of the rivets of the truck. Now, if your truck has more than one piece and you find other than an A, a B, and a C piece, go ahead and mount your next piece. Should be piece B. In the same method, put a pot rivet in the front and a pot rivet in the rear. You can go ahead and pre-drill these on the ground every 18 inches, starting about 2 inches off each end with your first hole. Okay, now that we've got our last bottom base piece in, we want to go and attach the right piece, which will be on the driver's side of this truck. It's going to be the rear piece, and it will also be marked right with the measurements on it. Same method on this one. We want to put a pot rivet in the top and a pot rivet in the bottom just to hold it enough till we can make sure everything's fitting good, and we'll go back and put all the pot rivets in. In most cases, your rear piece will be fitting right up against the rivets of the truck. You want to try to get the frame, as much use out of the frame as you can for your graphics, so we want to put them as close to the rivets as we can. So remember this when taking your measurements. Okay, now that we've got all our frame installed and it's all fitting good, we want to go ahead and put all our pot rivets in the frame. Top rail, back rail, and the bottom rail all want to be on 18-inch centers, and then on the front we want 12-inch centers. Now we're ready to put our adjustable track on. Get up here and line it up with a pre-drilled hose that we drilled here at the factory. Want to make sure on your boat that you put the washer on first before you put it through the frame. Dip your boat into the anti-seize grease, which is a packet that we provide for you. Once you tear it open, there's a little hole in the top, and it's a lot easier to stick the boat in the hole of anti-seize and pull it back out. It'll have just enough grease on it to keep it lubed and keep it from seizing up. Then take one of your square-headed nuts, go ahead and fix it to the boat. Okay, you want to get your square-headed nut on there. Screw it up to about a half-inch of threads or so, and that way it doesn't hang on the edge of the adjustable piece of frame and put you in a bind when you get ready to start tensioning your flex. Just repeat this on all the holes on the frame, all the way around. The left and rights and the bottom's the only one that's going to have the adjustable track and the bolts and nuts on it. Okay, now that we have all our adjustable pieces on, your frame should look like this. It's now ready to install the flex.